This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 train. The next stop is Wall Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Not Your Advisor with NYU Grad. Another podcast about murder in the building. I'm just kidding. The volume is very low, so give me some slack. I do want to address the United Healthcare CEO murderer/assassin, but I am going to cover the markets today. There were a few things to cover. Keep in mind, volume is historically low, but let's jump into breadth, and I'll try to entertain you a little bit today. So we had 238 new highs on the NYSE versus 146 new lows. 30% of stocks were advancing versus 65% declining, 39% below the 50-day, 34% below the 200-day. All indices closed near the lows at the end of the session. But again, this is on no volume. So whether it was up or down, I have to give some discredit to any of this move. But taking a quick look at the Mag 7, you had Microsoft down 0.6, NVIDIA down 2.7%, Amazon was down 0.4%, Tesla was up 2.8%, Apple was up 0.4%, Meta was up almost 1%, and Alphabet/Google was up almost 5.6% on their quantum chip news. Pretty exciting, pretty scary stuff, to be quite honestly. If quantum computing really does arrive in the next 5 to 10 years, it's going to make a lot of the existing computing obsolete, and the very few powerful in the technocrat establishment will have the power to basically time travel, because these quantum computers can process more data than our existing supercomputers can. And if you marry quantum computers and quantum chips with AI, that's some pretty scary crap. And that's a good segue into, I don't know, I guess we could talk a little bit about the assassin for Brian Thompson of United Healthcare. I mean, the Hamburglar of McDonald's caught him in Altoona, Pennsylvania, while he was eating hash browns and a big breakfast or something. Can you imagine about to say goodbye to freedom, and that is your last meal before the authorities and the police grab you, is a hash brown? Well, for me, if you put a gun to my head and say, hey, you're going away for life, what are your options for your last meal? Option number 1, home-cooked lasagna and handmade meatballs by my wife. It is delectably delicious, superb. If I had to go out of the home, it would be Torrisi in New York. They have a Michelin star. However, their health code rating is not that great, but their food and service is unbelievable. If you are in town in New York for the holidays, try to book Torrisi. If they're filled up, there's no reservations, wait at the bar. Even if you have to wait half an hour to an hour at the bar, get some cocktails. There are full menus available at the bar. The food is unbelievable. The other option, Ichiran Ramen. First time I had it was in Tokyo, but they do have 2 locations in New York, one in Manhattan, one in Brooklyn, but also in Tokyo. Ichiran Ramen would be another choice. Another in Las Vegas, multiple locations now, Lotus of Siam. Oh man, I can eat their entire menu. Next up, a medium rare steak. Could be a filet mignon, it could be a tomahawk, whatever, at Peter Luger's in New York. And obviously, I would want unlimited wine and Macallan 21 on tap. If you were to give me a private jet before I went away, I would have many more options across Hong Kong, Japan, South Korea, Singapore, Shoreditch, London, Lisbon, Palermo, Lake Como, or Spain. But I'm curious where you would want to dine before you went away for life. Leave me a comment. I'm very interested. Another PS Dodo video I saw on the news, and again, I'm only sharing this because it's literally, I'm falling asleep at my terminal. Jason Kelsey is lucky to survive this little golf cart accident he had. He tried to do a stunt on a golf cart with the Eagles helmet and fell on its side, and he tried to brace himself with his arm. I understand he's a big boy, but you're not going to be able to stop a golf cart with a Eagles helmet from falling. He's lucky to walk away with his arm. I've actually known acquaintances who have lost and decapitated or lost a limb because they were doing ATVs out in the mountains and rolled over and lost an arm or a limb. So be careful. This guy is really lucky to survive this accident with his arm in place. Let's go through the numbers here. So the 10-year Treasury yield was up almost 0.5% today. That's not going to help stocks. All indices, as I mentioned, closed down for the day. Nothing really stuck out. All the indices were down anywhere from 0.3 to 0.4%. NVIDIA was down quite a bit, as I noted. Let's go through what was strong, what was weak in the S&P and the NASDAQ. In the S&P 500, you had to the upside, Walgreens up 17.9%. I did not read the news, but that's a pretty big move. Alphabet on this quantum chip news up 5.5%. I had a teaser position, but unless this gets above 191 on heavy volume, I'm just watching. Kroger Groceries up 5.3. Boeing up 4.6. Insulet 3.5. Edward Life Sciences 3.2. Discovery 3.2. Charter 3.3. Tesla 2.9. Blackstone 2.3. McCormick Spices 2.3. Whoa, big tech. Dollar General 2. T-Mobile 1.9. In the NASDAQ deduped, you had Charter Communications 3.3 and Gilead 1.8. Again, I don't understand why we allow companies to be in the S&P, the NASDAQ, and the Dow. What is the point of that? What was weak in the S&P 500? Let's see. That is the NASDAQ. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to really quickly pull up the S&P because I have the wrong chart here. Give me 5 seconds. All right. In the S&P 500 to the downside, you had Moderna down 9%, SMCI down 8.2%, Oracle 6.6%, Dell 5.6%, Albemarle 5.1%, HP 5.1%, NetApp 5%, United Rentals 4.7%, Micron 4.5%, Vistra Energy 4.5%, American Tower 4.5%, HP 4.1%, Broadcom 3.9%, Celanese 3.8%, Builders FirstSource 3.4%, Phillips 66 3.3%, Hershey's 3.3%. It was up yesterday, I believe. Generac Holdings 3.1%, Constellation Energy down 3.1%, Intel 3.1%, Centene 3%, Lam Research 3%, eBay 2.9%, NVR 2.8%. I'll list this for the premium subscribers, but there was a lot to the downside in the S&P. What about the NASDAQ 100? You had MongoDB down 16.9%. Oh, wow. AppLovin 6.2%, PDD 5.3%, Micron 4.6%, Datadog 3.9%, Workday 3.2%, Constellation, I said that already, 3.1%, Lam Research 3.1%, Intel 3.1%, CoStar 2.9%, Qualcomm 2.7%, NVIDIA 2.6%, NXP Semiconductors 2.6%, Diamondback Energy 2.5%. There's a lot on the red as well. So that's not great. So free members, tomorrow is the CPI data, Thursday is the PPI data, and next week is this rate cut that everyone's clamoring for, and you have Santa Claus coming. So whether you've been naughty or nice, you better get ready. I'll see you all after the Wednesday session. Premium members, please stay on so we can cover some macro charts.
That's my train.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.